When soldier drones are given orders by their queen, they always follow them without question. They know that even if they are ordered to die, they die for the good of the colony. The queen would never order anything but the good of the colony. Soldier drone Tshirt had never needed to question that. Subdue the specimen with tranquilizer darts. Return the specimen to its cell. Do not injure the specimen. The orders rang in her mind like crashing gongs, over and over, to the beat of her fighting team's clattering steps through Module 3. Module 3, third from the nose of the ship where the cockpit and the Queen's quarters lay, was the dormitory. Across a gallery of 5 open levels, crisscrossed with catwalks, dozens of little red-brown ship drones clicked amongst themselves from their cocoons, notes of fear scent wafting down to Tshirt nostrils. They watched Tshirt and her team of soldiers rush past below them, heading aft towards Module 4. The Thing was last spotted in Module 4. Open 3-4-11, Tshirt requested on her comm, glancing briefly at the security camera above the hatch. With a hiss, the hatch parted for them to enter. This hatch, spanning the bulkhead between Modules 3 and 4, had no manual override. Theoretically, there was no way the Thing could escape, but theoretically, there was no way the Thing could get out of its cell either. The 4 soldier drones stepped through. The hatch closed behind them, sealing them in with the Thing. Eyes and limbs forward. Tshirt wrinkled her nostrils. She recalled one of her teammates' fear scent, an even more pungent odour than any ship drones. Reluctantly, they steeled their own scent glands and trained their air guns on the empty corridor in front of them, an accessway between the ship's environmental holds. The team proceeded cautiously in a 4-drone diamond pattern with Tshirt at the front. The module seemed completely devoid of life. Tshirt was glad to hear her comm buzz. Team 12, Team 10, have you reached Module 4? Affirmative, Team 10, Tshirt replied. We're on 11 and moving aft. Copy it. We're searching up on 7. Let's rendezvous on the stairwell aft of Hold 12. While all the drones on the ship were Tshirt's sisters, the commander of Team 10 was closer to her than any other. Riek was Tshirt's clutchmate, and though Tshirt never liked to admit it, a bigger and bluer soldier drone than her, she didn't want to dwell on what the Thing, still twice as tall as a soldier drone, might do to Riek. She repeated her mental mantras to suppress those intrusive thoughts. Soldier drones don't care about their own lives, they only care about the colony. Soldier drones don't care about their own lives, they only care about the colony. Soldier drones don't care about their own lives, they only care about their friends. Tshirt's instinct stopped her dead in her tracks. Something had finally broken the tense silence. A quick succession of thumps echoed from the stairwell ahead of them. Team 10, Team 12, report. She keyed her comm. The static deafened her. Team 10, Team 12, report. She keyed again. Something pungent rose in the air. She continued to raise her friend, but for several minutes nothing came back. Nothing, until a little set of frantic clicks, as feeble as pebbles tapped against each other, rang louder than any order in her head. Tshirt, my whole team is down. I'm on 8. Somewhere aft of Hold 3. I'm in a storage closet. It's hunting me, Tshirt. It's hunting me, and it's got an air gun. To hear her friend still alive was a sweet sigh of relief to Tshirt, but that sigh turned into a swell of determination. Copy it, Riek. Hold on, alright? We're coming. Hurry, Riek answered. Tshirt thought she heard a heavy thud as the comlink broke. Let's move, she told her team, as she charged onto the stairwell in front of them. They climbed 3 levels to 8, pausing only to peek around the corner for any sign of the Thing. Instead, all they found were 3 soldier drones curled up on the deck. Tshirt noticed the security camera above them had its lens smashed in. Pros, Gok, cover us. Ricky, with me. Tshirt and Ricky rushed to their downed comrades. All 3 had busted carapaces, some leaking yellow-green blood, but were still breathing, if a little laboriously. All had been pincushioned full of tranquilizer darts, presumably from the missing airgun among their scattered equipment. They wouldn't be getting up anytime soon. Looks like blunt force, Riek analysed them as she bandaged their wounds, with something long, maybe a piece of metal. Tshirt clicked her agreement, grinding her mandibles with frustration. It ambushed them, probably from the stairwell. It's smart enough to smash our cameras and blind our surveillance. They need proper medical attention, Riek concluded. Anger scent, hot and peppery, filled the air. I'm not going to leave Riek here with that thing, Tshirt gritted. Riek looked at her commander curiously, as if she had forgotten their mantra. Soldier drones don't care about their lives. They knew the mantra too, Tshirt nodded at their wounded comrades. Besides, taking them back would burn us and leave us open to another ambush. I'll call in reinforcements. Tshirt keyed her comm. Command, Team 12. Team 10 has 3 wounded, 1 missing. Requesting reinforcements and medevac. We believe the specimen is armed with an airgun. Negative, called back command. Her Majesty orders you to proceed with the mission. Subdue the specimen. When soldier drones are given orders by their queen, they always follow them without question. Proceeding with the mission, Tshirt replied, from a mist of anger scent. Ship Queen Hokraki had just laid her newest clutch. Her swollen body overshadowed the soldier drone in front of her like a small mountain. Most of the ship's corridors were inaccessible to her due to her sheer size, but here in her plush, cushioned quarters in Module 1, the ceiling towered even over her. Her eyes, normally glazed over in the throes of her reproductive labour, gleamed with alarming eagerness at the screens monitoring the rest of her ship. Unfortunately for her viewing pleasure, an increasing number of the video feeds in Module 4 had cut to black. The soldier drone did its best job of glancing up at her without meeting the regal gaze of her queen. Doing so could be a capital offence if the ship queen so deigned. In a thick cloud of her own pheromones, Hokraki found a thin heat of fear scent emanating from below. "You do not agree with my orders, Commander Gartin," clicked the ship queen's lazy yet amused mandibles. "I would never disagree with your orders, Your Majesty," the blue soldier drone hastily answered. "The auction won't be interested in the rest of the cargo we took from its planet, not enough to make our journey out here profitable. But if we can say this creature is a highly intelligent, highly dangerous specimen, enough to incapacitate several teams of Klakan's soldier drones, well, the bidding price should start much higher." "I see," Grokta fidgeted. "What is there to be anxious about, Commander? You assured me it cannot get out of Module 4. "Yes, Your Majesty. There is no manual override for the intermodule hatches. However, letting it run rampant around the module might give it access to items it should not have." Hokraki's amusement disappeared. "What sort of items?" She leaned down and stared the soldier drone in the face. The soldier drone's compound eyes ducked to the deck, its fear scent filling Hodraki's nostrils. "Well, if it finds a maintenance closet, there is a possibility it finds a laser cutter. The intermodule hatches for 2 to 8 are not rated against direct energy." "What about the hatches to Module 1? "They are specifically equipped against boarding parties, as Your Majesty requested. They will resist a laser cutter." Satisfied with her own safety, Hokraki shifted back onto her pillows. "Let us continue to watch, but just in case, wake the rest of your teams." "Yes, Your Majesty." Tshirt and her team left their comrades behind and continued aft, towards where Krieg had last reported her position. But no matter how many times Tshirt tried, she couldn't raise Krieg on her comm. At every closet and door they stopped, posted on it from 3 sides, and opened it with air guns pointed in, but every time they found nothing. The module had gone just as silent as when they had entered. They cleared the hatch into Hold 3. Another creature, fleshy and hairy like the thing, stared back at them from its cell inside. It stood taller than any of them, and its black and white hide stretched over a huge, bulging body ill proportion with its spindly legs. It snorted at them. "She should be around here somewhere," Tshirt told her team, as they headed back into the corridor. "Krieg?" She tried one last time to radio her friend, not expecting any reply. "We're moving aft of Hold 3 now. Where are you?" Her comm replied instantly with low, heavy breathing. She jumped in fright. The comm started to growl, then chuckle, then cackle. They could hear the wet lips of the thing smack and curl. Fear scent flooded the hallway. No one bothered holding it back anymore. Hrosh shook like a leaf. "That's no specimen. It's a monster." "We need to get out of here," Grok agreed. Tshirt cut off the thing mid-laugh. "Listen to me, you smelly fleshbag. If you lay a damn claw on anyone else, I'll make sure you hurt in ways you never—" But she couldn't follow through on that threat. She had orders not to injure it. She shut off the comm and gestured for her team to follow. A closet door ahead suddenly thundered with a heavy blow from the inside. Tshirt seemed tensed, focusing on their aim on the thing, trying to break through it. They inched closer, step by step, while the door continued to pound. They posted themselves beside it in pairs on either side. At one more silent command from Tshirt, Riek pulled the manual override lever. Only once her claw gripped it did Tshirt realize something was wrong. Why didn't the thing just pull that lever? The door slid open. Out fell a tall shadow. Before Tshirt could order them otherwise, her team all opened fire, riddling the figure full of tranquilizer darts. As the tranquilizer coursed through her veins, Krieg's eyes staring up at Tshirt slowly fell shut. Her comm was missing, stolen by the thing. Her mandibles were tied together so she couldn't click. All 6 limbs had been bound by more makeshift bindings, but she had torn herself free of the one chaining her to the closet inside. Tshirt stumbled over her words. "Riek, see to her." Tshirt heard a wet thump and a clatter behind her. She turned to see Riek collapse on the floor, dark blue carapace dented in, and leaking sickly green blood. More of it dripped from the long, crooked metal pipe, gripped by a meaty paw. The thing towered, almost as tall as the ship queen over her. It wore some small bit of fabric sashed around its groin, and held an airgun in the other paw. Ross and Gok gurgled softly, claws slapping less and less frantically as the darts embedded into their undershells as the tranquilizer took hold of them. They too fell to the deck, leaving Treat utterly alone. With some kind of throaty bellow, she aimed her airgun and pressed the trigger, but the darts flew wide over the thing's shoulder after it knocked her gun right out of her grip with its metal pipe. Defenseless, Treat skidded backwards, grabbing Gok's gun and trying again. The thing picked up Ricky and used her as a shield as it charged, bowling Treat over. She felt a heavy presence keeping her pinned to the deck from the gap in her shell between her thorax and her head. She desperately clawed away at the thing, but it simply grabbed each of her limbs one by one, and methodically tied them to some kind of leash it drew over its shoulder. Finally, it took her comm off her rig, inspected it, and discarded it with a lazy lob down the hall. "What are you doing? Let go of me!" she struggled, as it hefted her onto its back. Naturally, it couldn't understand her. The ground fell away as the thing trudged down the hall. "Let go of me!" she chattered. "Treat me like my friends, damn it!" It grumbled something in reply and gave her a jab to the side with its elbow. Even if she couldn't understand its mumbling, she could understand it wanted her to shut up. They went all the way down the corridor, Treat counting the whole numbers passing by. The numbers were counting down, moving forward towards Module 3. They stopped at what Treat presumed to be the intermodule hatch. "You can't get out, you know," she told it, while it sniffed the air at her peppery anger scent. "There's no lever for you to flip, you dumb brute." It set her down on the deck, facing the hatch. She tried scrambling away, but it yanked her back with its makeshift leash, tying her off to some exposed conduits on the wall. It set down some kind of bag, which was really just more of the same fabric it had found for its loincloth, only now tied off into a sack. Out from the bag, the thing pulled out a little tool that made Treat spray a fresh trail of fear scent. The thing looked at her, grinned, and turned his laser cutter towards the hatch.